Well, good morning. What a beautiful sunrise. After a 276-mile rainy drive in from Casper, Wyoming, we enjoyed dinner and a restful night at Camp Cracker Barrel, where we met many RVers, including this couple who gave us a nice mention on their YouTube channel as we continue on the road to Alaska.
Cracker Barrel.
I've got shorts on this morning. It's a nice, cool morning. The gentleman behind us was interesting. They're on their way to Alaska, and they're from Melbourne, Florida, and he has a channel. He's said he's got 100 followers, and I think we're up to, and thank you, 300 followers.
From Florida to Alaska, from the East Coast to the West Coast, join Jane and Steve celebrating their 50th wedding anniversary, traveling across North America in the Cool Nana Coach, their 27-foot 4 Freedom Elite Class C motorhome, as they visit the many beautiful points of interest in all 50 United States on their golden anniversary adventure. Well, last night we crossed the Canadian border from Coots, Montana into the province of Alberta. At the border crossing, the agent, upon inspecting our passports, noted that Jane was once a Canadian citizen. This certainly helped in making our crossing quite easy. We crossed the border just after 8 p.m. and decided to make camp at Milk River for the night. The next morning, as we headed to Coaldale, we came upon some very, very old wildlife. Dinosaurs. There isn't an official dinosaur for the province, but the most iconic one is the Albertosaurus. The largest dinosaur found in Alberta is the Edmontonsaurus. Unfortunately, like every visitor center we stopped at for the past 3 weeks, it was closed due to the COVID panic. But we enjoyed walking around the grounds and visiting with the towering inhabitants. Although very fierce looking, and us knowing that they are carnivores, our hesitation was quelled. After all, they are Canadian dinosaurs, and we all know how friendly Canadians are. Well, we're here in Coaldale, Alberta, Canada, on the entrance to the Great White North on our way to the 49th state. Before we do, our Aunt Patricia, Uncle Walter hosted us today to watch us put a couple of stickers on of the states we just visited. The weather was pretty rough in Nebraska wind-wise, so we decided to wait till we get here to take care of these 2 states we hit on the way up. Here's Nebraska. And we also went through Kansas.
It's a good thing they're low around, or you would never have reached it. You'd have to get a stool.
So, with the exception of Louisiana, we got this side of the country covered, and with the exception of Nevada, and of course where we're headed to Alaska, that side covered. We're almost there. Jane hails from Lethbridge, Alberta, and has many family members in this province and the neighboring province of British Columbia, and we are excited that we will have a chance to visit with them. As all families are, they are spread out. In our case, our Alberta domicile relatives are in the cities of Coaldale, Calgary, home of the famous Stampede, and Edmonton, and all 3 cities are on our Alaskan route. As we depart Lethbridge, we view the historic railroad trestle over the Old Man River known as the Lethbridge Viaduct or the High Level Bridge. The 314-foot high, 5,327-foot long bridge was built between 1906 and 1909 by the Canadian Pacific Railway. The Lethbridge Viaduct is the highest and longest steel railway bridge of its type in the world.
Please Please hit that subscribe button so that you'll be notified as our future episodes are released and help us build our channel. And please tell your friends about us and invite them to join us for our future episodes.
We leave Lethbridge headed further west on Alberta Route 3 toward historic Fort Macleod, where we intend to turn north to head to Calgary. The highway has been extensively reconstructed since we traveled on it many years ago and is no longer very familiar to me. As we approach Fort Macleod, a road sign catches my attention and I prematurely exit the highway. The destination sign says this new-to-us route leads to Calgary, but also leads to a town known as Vulcan. Could it be associated with one of my favorite television shows, Star Trek? We are traveling on Alberta Route 23 north, and the views of the beautiful prairie land are wonderful. As we pass the cutoff of the farming town of Monarch, the destination sign clearly states we're headed to Vulcan. Incorporated in December 1912, Vulcan was named after the classical god, and its major roads were named after other classical gods and goddesses. It became a major grain shipment point, but changing economics sent that business elsewhere in Alberta until the town was little more than a service hub for the surrounding farms. Then somebody noticed a Star Trek connection. Nowadays, Vulcan is the largest Star Trek fan tourist drawer in Canada. The community formed the Vulcan Association for Science and Trek, or VAST, and in the 1990s the association with the Star Trek franchise started taking shape with the Vulcan Starship landing just outside of town in 1995.
We hope you'll watch our next episode where we visit Dawson Creek in beautiful British Columbia. Thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate you.